Jonathan Wires. I'm the Director of Operations for Broward Sheriff's Office Fire Rescue. Broward Sheriff's Office Fire Rescue provides two EC-135s that service Broward County and our bordering counties on mutual aid request for helicopter emergency medical services. Is staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week with 3 crew members on duty at all times. 2 of them are fire rescue paramedics. They're firefighters by trade with flight medic certifications, and 1 pilot, the fire rescue pilot with an EMT license. Medical critical care that we provide for the county. The aircraft also, and the unit also provides search and rescue to help locate and assist anybody that's stranded, lost in the Everglades or off the coast of Broward County. The aircraft generally is flown. We usually leave it bagged up at about an hour and 45 minutes worth of fuel. The majority of our flights are conducted and completed within a 30-minute time frame, just due to the size of the county. It's short in north-south distance, but it spans across about halfway across the state, bordered with our neighbors on the other side, Collier County. The aircraft cruises about 120 knots ground speed when we're at full mission capacity, meaning an hour and 45 of gas, all of our crew members, all the medical gear that we carry on board the aircraft. It's also equipped with a night sun to help out in locating or lighting up scenes. Occasionally we get requests by the fire rescue units on the ground to do searches for possible ejections or to light up scenes while they're doing extrications. On the aft side of the bird, we have a FLIR camera. The FLIR camera also is provided for not only the search and rescue, but extrications or to locate possible ejections from car accidents. The flight paramedic, they operate the FLIR camera, the camera system, and a mapping system. So when we're en route to on-scene calls or special requests for search and assist, search and rescues, that crew member will sit up front and operate the FLIR and our navigation systems, either on the Aero computer or the Churchill system that we have on this aircraft here.
Good afternoon, my name is Michael Chagoseda. I'm the flight medic with BSO Air Rescue, and today I'm just going to show you around our helicopter and show you some of our equipment and how we utilize it while we are in air and en route. So we are right now currently inside the cabin of an EC-135. This is a chopper we use with our air rescue aviation unit. As you can see, this cabin is very petite, but we make do with what we have. Around here, I'm just going to demonstrate, show you some of the equipment that we have. Starting down here on the stretcher, we have what we call an RSI kit, and We use this kit for dominantly RSI airway, which is rapid sequence intubation. In here we have a portable little ventilator, we have our intubation room, we have narcotics. In this red bag here, we have whole blood. We have, currently at this time, we have 2 units of whole blood, which is about 1,000 ml of blood. And we are one of the only known agencies in South Florida that actually administer whole blood. So that's the whole blood, that's where we keep it. Right now there's a cooler. We change out these ice packs every 12 hours to keep it cool and in temperature. As you can see, this is our stretcher and it's very tight back here. It's myself on a call, and you're gonna have another medic sitting on the seat with me. Basically, the patient's head is gonna be almost to the other flight medics between his legs. Up here we have our bulkhead, and this is where we keep our Zoll monitor. And this is where we hook up the patient. We hook them up to EKGs, we hook them up to pads, depending what type of patient we have, of course, is depending, but bread and butter, it's gonna be pulse ox, our 4-lead, and blood pressure, of course. So this is where we keep our Zoll when we are en route to the hospital with a patient. Over here is just some of our bags with equipment. They're all color coded, but we know, of course, what's inside of it. There's basically we'll call this our medications bag. We have another set of narcotics here, and then we have just the other same medications you'll have on another rescue unit as well. We just have everything, of course, in a confined space, and we try to make everything be as less weight and as compact as possible because of all the restrictions you have with the aircraft and how much weight you can put on it and whatnot. So this is our medications. Over here we have a trauma bag in here, and this bag we use this bag. An example would be the Everglades. Since we cover a good portion of the Everglades, there's sometimes we get some medical calls or some traumatic calls, of course, whether it's an airplane down or an airboater in distress. We'll land on a levee, and there may be times we have multiple patients. So being only that we have 2 medics on this helicopter, one medic will go do one intervention, and I'll be going to another patient doing another intervention. That's what we basically have this quick trauma kit for. We have all the things we would need for our most trauma, from a gunshot to just packaging up a patient and controlling bleeding and turning. Over here, this black and blue bag, we have the equipment we need to give a blood transfusion. So in there we have a product called LifeFlow, and LifeFlow is basically our wide diameter tubing that we use to administer blood, as well as their signature it's basically a gun. And what that does is it helps, instead of using a pressure infuser, it's going to help with the administration of blood to give the patient blood quicker through their thicker diameter hose as compared to your ordinary white tubing. And also that's what the gun is for dominantly. You just push, and you could either have an IV or an IO, established IO preferably, and you could get 2 units of blood in just a couple of minutes. So it's pretty impressive how fast you can administer it. The last bag we have all the way towards the aft of the aircraft, we have a portable ventilator, which we use for our inter-facility transports from hospital to hospital or wherever we are requested. We also have another portable suction, and we have all different size tubing for the ventilator, whether we have pediatric or we have an adult patient. We also have another bag of saline, which if we need it, we would also need it for a blood transfusion, because that's how we give transfusions as well. Moving around the aircraft, we have our BVMs here. Everything is quick and being able to grab. Our transport times are rapid fast, so we have to have everything within reach level, and we have to know where everything is, because we can have a call in the Everglades and we could land at Broward General in about 4 minutes, and there's a lot of interventions we have to do for this patient depending on the nature, of course. So we have our BVMs here. We have quick little airway stuff here, nasal cannulas, non breathers, blood pressure cuffs up here, electrodes. Over here we have capnal readings, spare Zoll battery just in case this battery goes out. Moving up here is our communications. So this is our main Motorola, and we call this Motorola 2 because we have 2 in the aircraft. We have one back here, which is the one that I'll be handling, the medic, and then we have the one up front, which is the pilot or the officer would be utilizing. This is called our Becker box, and this is how we go from channel to channel, whether it's the tower or the info channel or our main tactical channel. This is where we navigate through. These are just some buttons for inverter, suction, lights. This is our oxygen. Right now you can see what oxygen we have as well. We're 1052 psi, and this is how we would turn on the oxygen. We also have a suction on board, so we have a portable and we have a hard suction on board. We also have, just your ordinary extra stethoscopes, suctions. Up here we have our eye gels, and like I mentioned before, we have to have everything within hand's reach and we have to be able to move rapid. So we have all our eye gels, all sizes, and all OPAs, just in case we have a patient that's conscious and they're talking to us and he just out of nowhere crashes before getting to the hospital. We have quick interventions we can do for him. As far as that, we just basically we have a little more trauma stuff here, quick bandaging unit. We got our, we call it a Carter box. We use this just to communicate with one another within the cab, or if I need to transmit out to a battalion chief or ground crew prior to our arrival on scene. As far as our medical equipment, I think I've showed you folks everything we have to offer. You can also see the amount of room we have here. This is basically, you could call this our office, and we just make do with what we got going on here. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.